Some of you guys are having trouble with Module 3, understanding how to connect your images with your files and your folders and keeping everything together. So starting with Assignment 3, in Module 3, I've added any starter files that you might need, and I've also placed the answer files in there so you can use it to compare. So as you go through the readings, you'll want to make sure that you're following those example steps. If you jump directly to the assignment in the back, it's going to be really difficult for you if you don't have a base knowledge. So I've downloaded this images zip and this fitness zip to my desktop, and wait until you see how easy this is. Once someone shows you, you're going to have it. So here's the images zip file, here's the fitness zip file, and I've unzipped both of those by right-clicking and said extract all. And when I did that, I just said keep it to my desktop, and I've already done this step, so here we go. So this is my images folder that's been extracted and my fitness. Now, the fitness is the full answer, and I'm not ready to double check that yet because I'm still working on the actual assignment. As a matter of fact, I'm on page 96 in your book, and I think this is where some of you guys are having trouble. So what I've done is in my notepad, I have started this file. Here it is right here. And if I were to take a look at this from Notepad, if I wanted to see what I have right now, I could come in here and I could say File and Save As. And I'm going to save this as example.html. And now I can take a look at what I have. Dun, da, da, da. This is what I have so far. Forward Fitness Club. Basically, I have a heading. And that's not what I want. I want to add my image in there. So if I were to follow the steps that are listed on page 96, this is how I can add my image in there. I need to start my next line of code, and I'll start that out. And I'm going to say exactly what the book has. It takes you step by step. IMG space SRC, and SRC is your source. So my source from my images, and I'm going to put forward dash fitness dash logo. .png, and I'm going to need some quotation marks right here. Okay, the reason why I put forward fitness logo is if I look at my images, it's called Forward Fitness Logo, and it's a PNG. And so I've got to make sure that I have all of the names and titles lined up exactly, or it won't connect. So after my PNG, I'm going to hit space, ALT, and that is going to be, the ALT is my alt text. Like if you run your mouse over something, it gives you a screen tip, or alt text, that's what this will be. So my alt text is going to be Forward Fitness Club logo. And I'm copying this exactly out of the book on page 96. Now, I want to put the height in there. And typically the book is going to tell you the size to make it. And space, and then the width. 297. And we're going to save this. I'm going to save this to the desktop, and I'm going to say example picture.html and hit save. And here's my example pic, and guess what? No picture there. So why isn't there a picture there? I'm going to show you why. Because my image is saved up here in my images folder. So I have to come here and say save as, and I'm going to call it example pic.html, example pic1.html, and this time I'm going to save it in with my images so that my image can connect. And now if I go into my images folder and I try example pic1, and there we go. So hopefully this will help you guys. Good luck. And I'm going to close this out and hit enter. Now, if I come in here and say File and save as example, pick 1, and I'm going to save it into my images, and I need to save it as a .html. And now if I come in here to my images and I open so we've got our width equals 2. So let's go ahead and save that up, File and Save As. And I'm going to call this example pic.html. And I need to save it on my desktop and my images and with my images. And let's take a quick look at that and see what it looks like. My images folder, here's my example with a picture. Now, if you miss anything on the formatting, I've got my logo.